You expect me to execute all of these ideas? Then you're not helping me by giving me more ideas. I have enough ideas. I need execution here, right? I need leads. I need a full pipeline. I need deals. And so that's when you start building the agents, because the agents do the actual work.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Tell us how you learn all this, how this is happening. Tell us the story, because what you have done so amazing. You clearly understand sales and marketing. You can tell that you really know what you're talking about, and you have been doing for a long time. But now you're telling me, Harry, in the last 2 months, we design all these structures with all these board of advisors, and you said that you have 150 agents. So why do you need so many agents? What agents are doing that there's so many in your business?
122 agents, because I have delegated 60% of what I do. I used to have a week that's an 80 hours week, because I love working. I love building. I love helping. I love this. This is my life, right? So I love it. But do I really love every single task? No. I really only love 5 tasks. 5. That's recording videos, being on podcasts, speaking to actual people, helping them solve their sales problems. Those are the things that I love doing, right? Closing deals, signing joint venture deals, signing licensing deals. We just sold the rights to Time Freedom, our newest book, together with Jay Abraham. It was a manuscript. It wasn't even public yet. We sold the rights to Japan. And that was signing a licensing deal. That's exactly one of my favorite 5 things to do. Recording videos, favorite 5 things. But the 60% of the rest, like for example, editing YouTube videos, I hate it. I've never done it. I will never do it. And so it was usually always outsourced to agencies or to freelancers. Now the agents do it. So that's why I need 122, because one of them is doing the tagging. One of them is doing the cutting. One of them is doing the transcriptions. So there is a lot of tiny tasks into just creating one video. There is like 40 tasks, 40 agents on that alone.
So the agent execute only one task, right? And then Simon, the creating those agents in Cloud, right? That suit for you. Because software developer, right? So how you understood the process, how you understood the process, how you understood how to create the architecture, okay?
Yeah.
To automatize everything.
This is the fun part. I was totally surprised. 3 months ago, I did not know what is a GitHub repo, how do you code, no idea. And I still don't know how to code. But Cloud Code is so powerful. If you tell it just in normal language, what you need to build next, it will guide you step by step. So I say, I don't know about the safety of this. How will we protect? So today I was saying, hey, give me an overview. How are we protecting our clients' data? On which level? Which 5 attack vectors are the most probable? And what are the things we put in place right now to manage that if it happens? Because I don't have that detailed. I'm not that technical. And I don't have an IT department. I'm a tiny business. So it made a list, and it was really simple enough that I understand it, but also complex enough that you can give this to every institution out there, to the SEC, and saying, look, this is my data protection plan. It was proper. Just as one example, like cybersecurity, where I'm not an expert. Well, 10 minutes later, you have 80% accuracy. And so with a few more rounds, you're at 95%. Same with coding. I don't know how to code, but if I say, build a landing page that looks like this converts with this kind of button, it needs so much contrast, it needs this kind of emotional, you need to move them emotionally, and then you have to give them something tangible, and you have to lower the risk. 2 minutes later, you have a landing page. I don't know how it built it. I couldn't check the code and say if it's good code or bad code, but I can see a good landing page when I see it. That's the point. So I look at the result and I say, yeah, that's 80% there. Let's improve the button. Let's change the hero section. And so you don't have to be overly technical, because now you have a technical counterpart on the other side that can actually do this with you. Meanwhile, I have a CTO, Boris, that I've built, and that helps me a lot with all the technical things.
Regarding the like for example, then 2 months ago, I think that Simon, everybody has been talking about AI. We have to learn AI. We have to learn this. But actually, real thing happened like 2 months ago with Cloud Code was out, in my opinion. Okay. Yes. I mean, you could buy tools that could do this. You could buy tools that could do that. You could make something. You could do maybe good thing with ChatGPT. But that's my opinion. Okay, AI revolution that's taking a big step, and now we can do incredible things. Is since you have this Cloud Code out there, but at the end of the day, it just amplifies who you are and what you know, Simon. Because, for example, you have experience in marketing, sales, and you've been working so many years in that process. You understand, okay, fine, how can I use Cloud Code in my in lead generation, for example, like you just said. Okay, you have some concepts that you know about. You have to be very specific. What kind of client you're looking for? What is the demographic? Who buys better from you? What you want, and then you can ask to go and find the data. So we will fill up for those databases and find the data. Then when that data comes, you know by concept that how to get the lead from cold to warm, right? And which is second process that you can actually think, and then even on the first line, it came to my attention that when it comes to closing, Simon, it's better to have a human to doing the closing, the last point. But look how much can you save? How much operation, how much everything can be automatized. Now, Simon, and the board of advisors, okay, like for example, the board of advisors, in order to create an advisor like Alex Formosi, okay, you have this advisor there as an agent, but how it's going to learn? So that agent, you have to put up the content of Alex Formosi first inside that, right? We know the name or something, right? Because otherwise, how is going to know how to behave like this? AI is always more about the data, where it's learning from. So it's not enough to say, okay, my board of advisors is Alex Formosi. So tell us a little bit more about the board of advisors. How can you do it so they can actually advise you properly?
Yes, this is a question that I get a lot, and I have also shared it on our website. You find a lot of materials about this for free. The website is strategysprints.com, and you can go and download for free how to get started with your board of advisors. One thing that many do is they just assemble their dream team, and then they say, give me ideas. Then, of course, nothing happens, because now you have even more tasks. You want to have less tasks. So the second step usually is go, wait a moment. Okay, you have all these ideas, but who's gonna execute on those ideas? You expect me to execute all of these ideas? Then you're not helping me by giving me more ideas. I have enough ideas. I need execution here, right? I need leads. I need a full pipeline. I need deals. And so that's when you start building the agents, because the agents do the actual work. The important is each advisor will get a role. For example, we have a distribution advisor, a sales advisor, a strategy advisor, technical advisor. Each one has
a marketing advisor, no? A marketing advisor you have, right?
Yes, that's the distribution guy, because he distributes the content. So he's the outbound marketer. The inbound marketer, because he puts your content out there that should attract people to you. And that guy, for example, is running 8 experiments right now with lead magnets. He's building a ton of lead magnets and A/B testing which lead magnets attracts the right people. That's Greg, the distribution guy. He has around 40 agents doing the actual work, because some of the content will be distributed on YouTube and then tested there. So that's the YouTube agents. Some LinkedIn agent. Some will go to the email newsletter agents. And so those do the actual work. But you have to give them a boss, somebody that creates a chain of quality control. Because the first thing that you get from AI is slop. It's just the average from the internet. It's low quality. That's why agent does the first draft, then advisor gives feedback. They do the second draft. Advisor gives feedback again. And this happens again and again in a few minutes, but it can happen up to 15 iterations until advisor says, yes, this is 99% good. This can go out. And so that's called a chain. And we are Anthropic partners, and we have done all the Anthropic courses. Not even in those Anthropic courses you find those chains. We found them in the battlefield, right, by crafting emails that were just not good emails. And then we said, no, that's not how it works, guys. We need more quality loops in here. And now we got it. So it's agent, advisor, agent, advisor, agent, advisor. That's one chain, for example, for one email. And then a few skills in between. For example, one of our skills is David Ogilvy criticizes the copy. So that's one quality gate and rewrites it. Then again, agent, advisor. Then there is another quality gate, which is the 7 critics. 7 people who read your content, but they're grumpy. One is grumpy because their kids are hungry. The other one is grumpy because they have been burned by a guru that promised them too much and delivered not enough. So 7 reasons why they're grumpy. They get your content, another one of these. And then they have to rewrite it. The 7 critics, first demolition, and then construction. They have to rebuild it. Then the last advisor. So it's quite a complicated chain. It needs a ton of tokens, right? So we are at Cloud Code Max Plan. And that creates very good content.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.